Hi and welcome to the channel where we are storytelling and role-playing in Crusader Kings 3. We are here in Västgötland in the Kingdom of Sweden with our character King Askell Starkadesson of House Korp. This is a role-playing and a storytelling let's play, so with role-playing I mean that we are basing our decisions on our character's traits and his personality I developed through the storytelling parts. Our current focus is to reform our fate. Starkader here, he is a learned character and he has also served as a Varangian down in Constantinople, or Miklagård as it is called by the Norse people. Before he became king. He is a character who is very well equipped to plow through all the books and the knowledge that's been accumulated to Västgötland. Västgötland is now a very high development county, and this is because mostly we have sent people to far corners of Europe, like to Barcelona, and gathering knowledge to be able to reform our ways and create a religion, a philosophy that is better able to withstand the monotheistic proselytizers. In the history line where you and I, the viewer, live, all of Northern Europe is now proselytized by the monks and missionaries, monotheistic. But in this history line we will try to see to it that the polytheistic religion, the true faith, can survive. And Askell here, he is the one to do it, I hope, if he lives long enough to accumulate the faith needed. The groundwork for this new religion has been laid out since Askell's grandfather's time, really. It's been long in the making, and this mostly through the storytelling parts where we had the Riksgårdi, that's the realm priest. She's dead by now, but you have this position here as a Riksgårdi, and we had one called, she was Mad of Munzer, and there were a lot of storytelling parts where she found prophecies and she found clues up in the fjords of Norway and in the woods of Germania, and a ring of power from Britain. So Mare's work has led the groundwork to this faith that Askell hopes to create. We are not there yet though. We need to accumulate some more faith, and in the story this means that Askell he is shy and he's an intellectual, so he sits here in cast at Lödöse, and he is working to put together all the books and all the knowledge that's been collected and trying to make this into something that other people will call a holy book. He will just call it knowledge because he's also cynical, but that's where we are. We're creating the faith, and is something we are definitely striving for. And as for role-playing, in the last episode we had a storytelling part where Askell, he swore a friendship to the house Ivaling, and really this house and our house have been allied since our grandfather's time as well. It didn't start well because our alliance started with my current character's grandfather marrying away a daughter to the then Jarl of Ivaling. It would be this character's grandfather or his grandfather's uncle. I can't really be bothered to trace his line back, but she died in childbirth, and our character, it was Frey here. He felt really bad for this because this daughter of his, it was, I think, it would have been Botilda. She died in childbirth, and Frey, he felt really bad for this because Botilda, she was a mastermind philosopher and she had a mind of her own, to say the least, and she didn't want to go. But it really wasn't Jarl Ivar the Boneless's fault. We are still, and have been for generations now, allied and friends with the House Ivaling. And this is all in the storytelling. If you've been watching before, if you're one of my 28, YouTube Analytics tells me there are 28 people coming back to watch my stuff. So thank you for that. If you are new, you just have to stick around to see what's to get the hang of what I mean by role-playing and storytelling, I suppose. So let's get on with today's episode, because we are called to war by our allies here that we in the last episode swore that we wouldn't let down. So we will of course help them. They are trying to conquer Söderøya, are trying to conquer a county from Alba. And Alba, they are allied with England and Brittany. And Brittany is, we have an old animosity towards them. So here we have some levies and some Varangian veterans. So I think I will send these to try to capture the capital of Brittany. Maybe we can get us some prisoners there, and I will raise my other forces to go help where I figured actual war will take place in Britain. I've also done some in between episodes, so before I started recording I did sent some marriage proposals and did some administrative stuff, and I found that King Askill here, although he's a shy person, he doesn't like people. We had in the last episode we had some new arrivals from France, where our family until recently held the kingdom of Aquitaine, but now they have lost it to this poor house, who's also the royal house of Brittany. And we had some refugees, I suppose, from Aquitaine coming to our court, and Askill here, he was really charmed by this boy, Vermundur Edlason. He is a charming boy, and Askill has taken him under his wing as a guardian. He was among the people who came to our court when our family lost the kingdom of Aquitaine. So Vermundur here, his mother is Edla, who is she's also in my court now, and she was the daughter of my cousin, my current character's cousin, Princess Puridil, and she in turn was the daughter of Gerda, my first character's daughter, and she was married to King Sigmund of Bohemia matrilineally. So Vermundur is a descendant of the King of Bohemia and my aunt Gerda. Askill has because he from first sight he really liked this boy because he's charming. But let's get on with the gameplay, and first we will send this army here. I think I will have my daughter Gyda. She is sadistic, patient, and ambitious. she really looks like a woman that knows how to get ahead in the world. But probably not the nicest person to be around, but she's a shield maiden, and she will I wouldn't want to get in her way. She will take command of these Varangian veterans and the levies to go down here and see about Brittany, because Brittany, they are allied against us in the war we are fighting. This is probably their army, and they are sending it up north to assist here. And we will raise the rest of our troops. Probably best to do it here in Holland as well. Yeah, let's raise them here. The rest of our troops, and when they are gathered, we will send them to Britain to take part in the war there. And let's start. Let's run the game. Now here are the marriage proposals and such I sent out in between episodes coming in. It looks like our ally is, without our help, is of a similar strength to the enemy forces here. So maybe we should send our army, because they are the enemy. They are looking to gather here to go challenge Söder's forces up here, conquering the war goal. Alba is the war leader for the enemy. So maybe we should send our forces to harass England here down south, and maybe then either they will have an even engagement up here, or they will split up and try to take us on down south. So let's see about that. Let's get our army together, and then I will split them up. Here is my new ward, Vemunder, whom I spoke of before. It seems like he is developing into a deceitful person. I was shocked when I caught Vemunder trying to steal from the travel chest of the visiting Jarl Gudröder. This is he. He's the Jarl of Skåne of this house Akra. He is a new vassal from when we subjugated Denmark. But apparently Vemunder here, he blamed a game another child had invented, but I could tell he was lying. So I could make him keep the deceitful trait, or make him honest, and this will give me 30 stress. Or I can make him humble. So what would my character lean towards here? Vengeful, shy, and cynical. I'd say that this doesn't necessarily say that he would definitely go for either of the options, but if there was one, he would go for the first one. And yeah, let's make Vemunder here deceitful. So here my daughter is ready to embark in Brittany and siege down their capital. That is good. My other armies are embarking from Holland here, ready to take part in the fighting in Britain. So here's my elite force. I suppose it's under the command of my best commander, Chieftain Vagn. It looks like they are trying to chase my ally away here. So let's try to land here and see if we can reinforce him. While my other army here, made up by levies and onagers, let's see if I have... Yeah, I have more siege commanders. Here's my vassal Jarl Halfdan of House Yngling. They are for... in the first two generations, House Yngling was our main rivals in the game. But since then we have subjugated them, and although I'm sure that the rivalry is still remembered, that they are now paying allegiance to us, and they are our vassals, so we shall, and he is a good siege commander. So maybe this rivalry will reignite, or maybe we can lay this behind us and develop kind of respect with House Yngling. That will be for the future to tell, but for now he is my commander here, and we are going to embark on England and try to siege down their capital, while my daughter is here sieging. Maybe I should split up some smaller armies to siege quicker. Yeah, let's split off a small siege army here, and we'll have my daughter command this main army sieging their capital, because they have sent all their forces up north to take part in the conflict here. Oh, it looks like there's a battle, and it looks like we will be able to join in, and we will do this with this army here. It has most of our men-at-arms and our champions, and it's, as I said before, Chieftain Vagn leading. So let's send them to assist our ally here, because this is an even battle. And here we have arrived, and we have tipped the balance, it looks like. This must be our side, yes, and these are the enemies. So what was an even battle, we have definitely tipped in our favor here. So let's see how it plays out. There is some champions. One of our champions clove another man in half. That was brutal. And there's some wounding going on. Yeah, it's a decisive victory for us here. That is great. And we are sieging here and here. That's also good. Great success, great success. What is the war goal? Do we control it? The Mormordom of Liniltovgovshire. Where is this? Liniltovgovshire. It's here. So we should go siege this down with another Vine. He's just a lowbone and he's a giant. Let's send him with this force here. We don't have any onagers here, but still we should be able to siege this war goal down here. Here's an event with my court Jester and my son-in-law, Bretislav. He says, "You look tired, my lord. I know the cure for that. It's called Travels to Byzantium. What do you say? Shall I start reading?" Bretislav beckons me to sit down. "It is an amusing text. I really need this break," says I. Well, since he was a Varangian and was in Byzantium, he is definitely interested in a work called Travels to Byzantium. So he will not say that he would prefer him to read from Bodil's heroic sagas. He has already read it many times. He can say he even does different voices for the characters, and I suppose it's Bretislav doing those different voices. It's like when a child comes around, he says, "Hey!" And when there's a grumpy old man coming around, he says something like I sound. So that's how this one will play out. Or we can have him tell me about himself instead and grow closer to forming a friendship with him. But no, I don't think this is fitting for Askel here. He is shy, and also as I've developed him in the storytelling, he is really not. He is not a people's person. So he will do this. He even does different voices for the characters. And this will lose me 30 stress, which is good, because I've accumulated some stress here. Good. Since I am so stressed, can I do something else? I forgot about this, but I really have a lot of stress. King Askel really needs to do something to get rid of this. Can we? No, we need to be. We need to wait until the 16th of April. We need to wait 3 years before we can go on a hunt. Alright, let's hope that we won't get too much stress in the meantime then. So we had a big battle here. We won. It was good, and now it looks like we have the enemy on the run. They are split up. The thing I'm most worried about is that they will try to attack my force here. It's got 3,000 men, but it's only levies and onagers. But we're almost done sieging the English capital. So I hope we can do that and escape before they... Because the bulk of the army, they fled down here into the fog of war here. So they could show up with a significant force that would beat this. But I think we will have the time to siege here. So let's take a look at this event. It's with my son, Emundul. I have so many sons. He would be my third born son. Emundul has been asking me for a wooden sword for a long time, and I told him I would get one for him in 3 months if he displayed more focus in his studies. Ever since I made the promise, he has been redoubling the efforts of his studies. Right, so I can say I would never deceive you and he would be trusting, or I should teach him a more flexible way of thinking. But no, why would I deceive him if I promised him a sword and he has done what I laid out for him to do in order to be rewarded with this sword? I see no reason why I wouldn't give him this sword. I would never deceive you. Oh, I seized some banner. It's a masterwork, large wall ornament from this. Ha 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 ha! We took the royal house of Brittany. We have really been bullying them ever since my first character, and now I apparently took their banner. Let's take a look and see if we can hang this somewhere. Here I have my Yeah, I put this. I found this Vigfus cabinet. I really don't remember how I got this, but now it's there. I put this in here, in between episodes, and I also got a lot of hides. Here's the hide of the fabled fox. Here's my Korp tapestry, and here's the hide of the black rabbit of Telemark. I've been doing a lot of hiding the hide puns with this in previous episodes. If you want to have a laugh, go watch it when I say, no, I don't want to hide the hide, I want to hang the hide. It's hilarious. You should go watch all my episodes and see if you can find the episode where I say this pun. Here's this Eastern Franconian war banner, and here's the hide of the elusive boar. It's also a good one. And here's my House Korp banner. I really wish I could do something with with my original Korp banners to improve them, reforge them, but I can't figure out how I would do this. Yeah, I can repair this, sure, and I have, but these will become obsolete by better banners, which is fair. You should get the best banners when you start your first court, but still I wish I could make them better so that I could display my original house banners and dynasty banners. I suppose if there is a way, I could figure it out by googling or go watch a tutorial, but yeah, maybe I will get around to that sometime. But now we have Korp Dynasty banner, and maybe we shall replace this with this, because this would be better. It's a masterwork, large wall ornament, who will give us a lot of prestige, renown, building construction cost, and court grandeur. Yeah, let's hang that there. So we have, starting. What? We should be able to hang something here as well. It looks kind of empty on this, the right side of the court. Yeah, all right. So we took this. And now let's go siege down the rest of Brittany here, because no one will bother us here. They're all up here fighting. And hopefully we will also siege down the English capital in Hampshire. There's this small army here, they are not involved in the war. They are apparently marching straight to us. I gained another tapestry. Oh, it's this masterwork. Excellent tapestry, short range duration and court grandeur. Is this better than East Franconian war banner? I don't really know. At this point, I think it's like I really like the court. It's great, but like most strategy games and most games, I suppose, when you have so much stuff that you really can't be bothered. So. Number of knights is really good. I like them. like having more knights. But maybe we should. Let's hang this masterwork large ornament there. It looks better, I think, than this Franconian war banner. That's right. And so we will defeat the small army who is foolish enough to march straight into us here. Here they come, and they are, of course, crushed. We have this event with exotic arms. Here's my antiquarian Brunhilde, and here's Edgar of Exeter, a wanderer. Along with their strange goods, merchants bring tall tales from distant lands, unverifiable, full of wonder. A group of Anglo-Saxon peddlers purport to have brought Guan objects said to have come from the faraway court of a great ruler, Omanhene Mamam of Akan, no less. Edgar, the leading trader, grins darkly. This unique spear could be yours for a special price, of course, great king. A likely yawn indeed. I look to Brunhilde for guidance. Brunhilde is my antiquarian. I am not familiar with Akan work, but this seems to be finely made, she says. So I can spend 225 to have a fine spear. Or say, what tribe? Out with you. Well, I only have 152 and I'm making a monthly deficit of 5 for having all my armies raised, so I really can't afford this. Too bad. I would like this to have the spear. I always want to have whatever the game gives me, but maybe I shall. Here are some levies. Just stand them down. I don't need them for this. We are almost done sieging Kodnai here, and here my son married Bodil of House Ivaling. Yeah, this is the alliance with them. This is my heir here. He's one-eyed. He's betrothed to this Audgi girl here, right? What can I do with my heir? Not much. He has been a Varangian, but he's not anymore. Let's stand these levies down as well, because I don't like losing all this money. Now it looks better, so let's go to Portsmouth and siege that down as well while we're here. And here we are sieging the war goal as well. It should be done reasonably soon. Oh, here's a son born to me and my wife. It's Kolbein. He's a quick boy. May you grow to be strong and wise, Kolbein. I have some stuff up here to look at. It's throw that can marry. It's my son and heir. And this my niece, so he's marrying his cousin of House Audgi. Alright, I suppose that's a right marriage, because Chieftain Hundjulfer here is he's been allied to our house for a long time, but he's dead, so now it is Chieftain Shedenik of Volin. And will he? Yeah, he's not nearly as strong as his father was, but I suppose he's still a decent ally. So let's get it. And there's no reason for us to, in the storytelling, to decline this alliance just because we agreed this with this man, and just because he's dead, there's no reason for us to decline it. So let's have this marriage going on here. He has a decent strength here, and it looks like it's probably one of our Danish vassals. Yeah, it's this House Falk, I suppose. The Jarl of Schleswig. He has been of House Falk. Yeah, he's been conquering a lot down here. Here's my daughter Gyda sieging down Nantes. That is good. And we are sieging Portsmouth. And we're almost done with the war goal here. That should give us a huge amount of war score, I hope. Here's my cat Shadow. And it's my wife. She is allergic to him. So I could give my cat to this archpriestess here. Or to Asta, Bersi's daughter. Or to Jarl Lothar of Uppland. No, he's sadistic, so I wouldn't want to give my cat to him. What would he do? He's vengeful, shy, and cynical. He's not in love. This is not a loving, passionate marriage, but I think he still likes his wife here, Queen Tuadia. Yeah, and she is obviously allergic to the cat. So it would be a cruel thing to have her exposed to this, even though he likes the cat. So I think the most fitting is to give the cat to Chiefess Asta here. This House Trolley there in our first or second episode in this series. Her father, it was Bersi here. He was my grandfather's champion, and in our very first war he distinguished himself in battle, and as a reward he was given the chiefdom of Nordmark, and this is his daughter. And she has been featured regularly in the storytelling. There was this fun part when she was married to one brother of a house called Stake, and she was lovers with another brother, with her husband's brother, to be precise. It was quite fun. My character and his wife, they had a good laugh at this. This house Trolley, they are a vassal house in our original duchy, our first vassal house. Sadly, it doesn't look like they will survive, because the founder of House Trolley only had daughters, and she didn't get a matrilineal marriage. And she's also a steward, and she's a good steward, and we like her and trust her. So really, Shifter's Asta should be given the cat. Change Jarl Odder's contract. Who is Jarl Odder? He is a relative. He's the son of Jarl Frey. Oh no, it's Auder's son, the Dutch branch of a house. He has apparently died. Mysterious circumstances, so he was murdered. He was the Jarl of Utrecht and Visby, I believe, Gotland. So now, who is the Jarl of Utrecht? It's his grandson, looks like. So Jarl Urva here, yeah, he's the grandson of the former Jarl. It would be his Auder. She was the favorite daughter of our first character. And now her grandson is ruling Utrecht, and his brother, I suppose then, Jarl Odder, is the Jarl of Visby, but he lost because Visby, my grandfather made Visby the overlord of these lands, but since then my relative here subjugated them, and now it looks like they are kind of split up. So and someone has formed, yeah, it's also our house, Jarl Haukel. He has formed or been given through inheritance the Jarldom of Norrland. Norrland stretches along the coast here. So there will probably be some internal wars to settle this inheritance here, but it's our house. They've split up. Auder's branch, or the Dutch branch of our house, they've split up in 3 parts now. Let's see how this plays out. I don't really like to meddle too much with these contracts here. I suppose you can do a lot with this if you have a min-maxing playstyle, but I'm not really interested in this stuff as long as my realm is functioning well. I really can't be bothered, but I can be bothered to release some prisoners. Here's another of this house poor. That's the Royal House of Brittany, who we have a rivalry with. Let's ransom this Clara Folkvalding for 10, and let's take a look at our prison. We will sacrifice these prisoners, most of them, to the gods. Well, this man looks like a good commander though, and he's a Norse person, so maybe we shall recruit him. Yeah, Anunder, I will recruit you from a prison, I don't know. But he was probably commander that we defeated in a battle. Now I will recruit him. Can I make this? Maybe I should make this princess of the house poor my concubine. It's a good tradition for us to make Breton princesses concubines, and it really annoys these Breton people. So yeah, let's do. We could get 50 gold for her, but it's more fun if we just take her as concubine. And Askel here, he really, he already has 2 concubines, but here is a younger one, so that's good. Yeah, I will send her some gifts too. And yeah, let's do like my grandfather and try to learn her language as well. Couldn't hurt. No, let's sway this Jarl Sigurdur of Sjælland instead. That's probably better than learning Breton. So we have sieged the war goal here, and our allies is sticking around. And there are some enemies here as well. We could go engage them, but I'm afraid that my ally will not follow me into battle if I do, so let's just wait until they have sieged this, and then maybe we shall go and engage them. Here's another event with my court Jester. I sit quietly, listening to my unsubtle son-in-law Britislav locked in keen theological debate with my riksgård Botilda. This is Botilda. She is compassionate, shy, and deceitful, and also novice physician. She's my realm priest. Alright. The latter entreats kindly, but the backwards Slavic teachings cannot earnestly be compared to those of our Norse. Rod's truth is a mere distortion of Odin's. Britislav scoffs, snorting derisively. Think about it deeply and you will see that the sacred bonds of matrimony should be shared with only one other. That is how we draw closer to Virai. This is why I do not talk to the lost, Botilda sighs with frustration. If you will not listen to the truth, I only hope you are somehow spared infernal Navia. So they are having a theological debate, my riksgård, who is of our faith, and my court Jester and son-in-law, who is of the Slovianska faith. And it sounds like they are debating over that in our religion we are allowed wives and concubines, and in this religion they are not. It sounds like most religious debates, really. Humans arguing over what they think that the gods have told them is the right way. If you ask me, people should do what they feel is right for them as long as they don't hurt others, and let other people do what they feel is right for them as long as they don't hurt others. It's really quite simple, but religious people don't seem to view it this way. They seem to think that one way is superior and another is not. So let's not get too much into that theological stuff, and let's keep it in the game world. That's probably best. I can say that the Britislav has a point, or I can shut Britzel down and say that I don't want to hear this kind of talk from him again because he's challenging our beliefs. Or I can say it is not our place to debate the divine. Yeah, I think he's a cynical man, so he has his own thoughts on the divine, and they're probably somewhat aligned to my own thoughts on the subject, but I think this is what he would say. It is not our place to debate the divine. He would keep up appearances for these religious persons here, and at the same time shutting them down. Let's have Shiftan Vagn here, our by far best commander. I really should see about, because he was this character. He appeared at I think it was my father, might have been my grandfather's now, probably my father's court, as a war hero of the common people, and my father gave him this chiefdom here. The shore should be a subject of this jarldom, but he's much stronger, and I will not grant, because he's my best commander and my master of the hunt, my marshal and master of the horse. So it's best if he's my direct vassal. He really should see about trying to get this jarldom for himself, but that's up to him because he's an AI. Maybe with him in command we could go and engage the enemy there. They will probably reinforce with these 2,000 men, and then they will outnumber us, but then maybe my ally will follow. But then again, maybe it's not my war. I really should wait. I always get in trouble when I try to hurry too much to engage the enemy and my ally doesn't follow. He's an inspired person that can be sponsored. I always like this. He is Ananda, he has metalsmith inspiration and wants to forge a brooch. Let's sponsor this. It will lead to some fun stuff. And there we siege down Portsmouth. Now let's maybe send this army up north to see if we can get some kind of decisive battle up here. This really is the Battle of Britain. Almost all of Britain is involved, and it's maybe it's kind of a decisive battle to decide whether the Asatru Norse or the Christian Anglo-Saxons will come out on top in Britain. Here's this event with a ting meet. So I am attending a ting meet where the people from Skara are screaming at people from Västergötland. I struggle to follow the details through all the yelling, but it seems as though men from Skara are screaming at their counterparts from Västergötland for allegedly kidnapping a child. So I don't really know who is right here, so I can side with either of the counties, or I can make them otherwise occupied, which will increase the popular opinion but decrease the levy reinforcement rate, or I can do some stress by saying they all tire themselves out eventually. I think I will go with this. He thinks that this is foolish bickering, and he is kind of stressed, and he is also shy, so he don't really want to. He's there because he has to. He's the king. He really despises them for standing there and shouting at each other. So he would say they'll all tire themselves out eventually, and it's good to lose some stress. So we siege down all of Brittany here, but let's send them up north in any case. Maybe we will need them, and maybe this will help us end this war faster than. Here am I reading a scroll, and I feel a headache because the letters are too small. I made a rhyme, even though I didn't intend to make one. Why do scribes insist on writing such small symbols, I ask. I squint and try again. And then appears my Riksgårdi and says, "Nothing short of a miracle. With the aid of stone of glass, even old men struggling with bad eyesight could read with ease." So she is offering me some glasses, or magnifying glass, I suppose. I can gain lifestyle experience and let her have a hook on me, or I can spend some gold and get lifestyle experience, or I can gain gold and lose stress. Yeah, it would be good to lose stress. Here comes my army, and let's siege back Lothian here, so that maybe then we can go and engage them with our combined force and see to an end of this war. Yeah, let's gather here in the city of Galashiels, and see if we can take on the enemy here and make sure that the Norse people comes out on top in the Battle of Britain. Here's my court jester again, my son-in-law court jester here. He's really been entertaining this episode. Oh, how the days drag on, the same old motions, repeated over and over again. Well, I suppose most people who's more over 25 years of age can relate to that. But my court jester says, "Come to the grand hall, my liege, you must see this," a servant suddenly exclaims. As I arrive, I see my jester, Britislav, in the middle of the room, masterfully juggling a feather, my chamber pot, a bottle of imported wine, little Sigrid, a duck, and an apple. "Oh, so you are juggling my niece, Sigrid here. She's an intelligent 2-year-old, but I suppose she might really like it." All the servants are staring in awe, and so am I. I can say now, that's something I don't see every day, or as I can throw him in the dungeon. No, I appointed him court jester to entertain us, so I will be entertained. Now I'm not stressed at all, that is good. And here we have a good army under the command of my best commander, Chieftain Vagn. So let's go crush those English here. That should be a decisive win. There's really no doubt that we will crush them here in the battle. Yeah, we will definitely crush them here in this battle. And maybe this will give us enough war score to actually end this war. That would be good. Yeah, Battle of Kelso. We have all the advantages. Feel nothing to threaten us here. So yeah, here it is. I won the battle, and at the same time, this king of Alba here, he admitted defeat. So that is good. That is really good. And here comes an event, lines about legacy. It's King Krutu of Polabia. He's of this house Milkshanov, who they were. We have a history with them. It's this boy that I am the ward of, Vemundur here. He is the son of Edla, who is the daughter of Princess Puridur, who was the daughter of King Sigmund of Bohemia of House Milkshanov. And King Sigmund's son was of our house, because he had a matrilineal marriage with my aunt here. And for a short while his son was the king of Bohemia, and for an even shorter while he was the king of Polabia. Now apparently this King Krutu of Polabia of House Milkshanov comes to us with a work of poetry. He has dedicated this to me. It is named Times of Legacy and reads: "The mightiest men must leave this earth, no matter what realms they have given birth, and hope only for memory's grace, their time of conquest ended apace. So far I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. So I can say I don't know quite how I feel about this. Or I can say I can see this is truly heartfelt. Yeah, sure, I'll go with this last one. It's a decent poem. I don't really know why he dedicated this to me. Maybe he's trying to get in my good graces or something, or maybe he's acknowledging our old, almost forgotten bond with his house. But anyway, I can see that it's truly heartfelt. He will gain opinion on me, and I will gain piety for this. So I suppose that's right. And here is this small part of the British Isles that we hold, and now it's not my house anymore holding it. I seem to remember it was last time. Now it's Scalfer holding this, but still we hold a small part here, so I should probably send my men there to stand down after winning this war. So they took this small county. At least 20,000 men on each side fought over this county, and like I said in the last episode when I was a bit annoyed by this, I really wish they'd teach the AI to declare better wars, because I mean he has enough prestige at least to declare for a duchy, and it really isn't worth bothering with this many men fighting for one county at this stage of the game. So I suppose that this Battle of Britain will have to be this episode. If you enjoy my role-playing and storytelling, I'd very much appreciate if you would consider subscribing to my channel. Each new subscriber is a great encouragement for me to keep on doing this, so thank you if you have subscribed already, and if you haven't, consider doing it if you want to see more of my stuff. With that being said, thank you for watching, and goodbye.